Hey, gang, welcome back to the first of the worst podcast. I'm Brendan Murphy,
And I'm Steve Horrendous.
and we are coming to you. I am coming to you live from a basement in northern Wisconsin.
I don't necessarily believe that's where you are right now by looking at this video.
It could be a basement in Kabul, for all Steve knows.
You're just like a black silhouette in front of like a brick wall with a little bit of poinsettia.
This is done over FaceTime. That context might be necessary for that joke. I am on vacation, but the first of the worst podcast takes no vacation.
Never.
So here we are. And it's a holiday, and it's a very appropriate topic. One we've wanted to do for quite some time.
Yeah, it's been on our list of lists. We've talked about it before.
This week's podcast is Top 10 Drinking Holidays.
Yep. There was a lot. I came up with a lot of drinking holidays, actually.
Okay, I mean, there are some that aren't even a specific date, right? Like some are just kind of a day that exists.
Yeah, some are multiple days.
Yeah, okay, and then this was fun. This was a fun list. I think if I thought about this long enough, I could have probably got 100. Because I'm a drunk, as are you, less so now that you're a father. But I could always find an excuse to drink.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't really need an excuse. We don't really need an excuse to drink.
But you do it anyway.
At this point in my life, I just need like a few hours to squeeze in time to drink more than a holiday. I did take the kids to a bar yesterday though, so that was
Oh,
awesome.
which bar?
Four Moons.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. I was hoping.
But I
I'd be
mean,
this bar.
we just were outside, right? Like, so they weren't.
Hey,
really
still.
It's their first bar.
You got to ease them into it.
Yeah, for sure. I had to walk them there, and like they was asleep the whole time, and I had to like drink a couple beers and eat some food and get the hell out before they woke up.
But they'll sleep through like lots of noise, right?
Yeah, so like, yeah, amazingly enough, like the war that was happening outside of in the alley behind our place with firecrackers, like didn't wake them up. But like, if like they're trying to fall asleep and they like hear me, if they hear the metal from the door hinge like barely tap, it'll like set them into a frenzy. So like, I don't really understand what's going on.
One of the world's mysteries. So list-wise, I would say that to us, this list, there's not a lot of bad to it. The only thing that's bad about it would be the drinking part, right? Because these days, individually.
Well, I think a lot of people would say some of these days suck, and we might not necessarily agree with some of them. I think I'm going to have some that I don't think are good.
That's true.
That other
good
people
point.
think are good.
If
So I
you
think
don't,
there'll be some, like St. Patrick's Day. I think a lot of people hate St. Patrick's Day.
if you don't generally partake in one of these days, you hate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Which brings me to my omissions. And if
Go
I
for
say
it.
one that's going to be on your list, I only put down two.
Okay.
One is notable because it just was last week, and I think it's a day you like. So if you like Pride, we can talk about it later.
Oh, I totally forgot about Pride, so we could talk about it now.
I don't not like it, but I think that gay or straight, there's a time in your life where you definitely outgrow it, and it has come for me.
It before this, it was my favorite. Like, it was probably top 3 drinking holiday for me in Chicago, but I forgot about it. But I think I went 2 years ago was the last time I went, and I was like, that's enough because
Maybe. Sorry,
it's
go
the
ahead.
Southside Irish Parade of the North Side.
It absolutely is. And I guess the thing would be maybe just not going to the parade. Like, celebrating Pride but not actually parading might be the way to do that. But the parade itself is too much.
Yeah. Years ago, my buddies Colin and Josh lived on the route and had a rooftop deck, and we just like hung out on the rooftop and drank beer and like watched the parade from up there. And that was like the best possible situation.
Absolutely.
But like, if you don't have that, then you're like in the middle of it. It's just like, I was it 2 years ago. I think I got offered Molly 3 times.
She's a very loose woman, that Molly.
Yeah. Though there is like the thing where you can kind of drink on the street, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, I saw cops. Like, that was the one when so on
I
Pride this
drank
year.
on the street in front of cops at the Pride Parade.
They were just like not busting people, but they were like, please put that away.
Yeah. Duffy's serves like 40-ounce vodka lemonades in to-go cups. on that day, which is kind of ridiculous.
I do love a Go Cup. It just feels drinking in a Go Cup. It means you're in a great place. It means you're in Las Vegas, New Orleans, Amsterdam. It means you're in a place that you're probably having a lot of fun in.
Yeah, what are other places where you get Go Cups besides those? There's probably some sleeper places. Oh, Nashville?
I haven't been.
I believe you could drink on the street in Nashville.
I bet you. I mean, there are
It's
certain
like part of
streets
it.
too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's not like the whole city. Yeah.
I think Beale Street is Memphis, right? So I mean, whatever. There's certainly some equivalent of that in Nashville. But
Let's get it going here.
let's get it go. Oh, my other one, and
Oh.
this will be quick. You might have it on yours. You might not. If you do, we will talk about it. Cinco de Mayo.
I don't have it because I don't know. There's not really any parties for it here.
Okay, one, it's cultural rape, which
Well, a lot of these are.
a lot of these are, but I mean, truthfully, the only one. I mean, I guess Pride is cultural rape of the gay community. So Cinco de Mayo, it is similar, is cultural rape of the Hispanic community, specifically Mexican. But more so than that, I could certainly reconcile with that. It always is on like a Tuesday. I mean, it's a day. So and it's not like a national holiday. So like they go out on Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, my Cinco de Mayo celebration involves just like going to a place and drinking 2 margaritas and eating tacos, which is great, but it's not like a drinking holiday. It's just like a day
It's
to
a
go.
great night. It's a great night. It's a hell of a Tuesday.
Yeah, it's a good Tuesday. Taco Tuesday, always. It's always on Taco Tuesday.
Which is between Cheap Chicken Wednesday and Cheap Chicken Monday and Brownie Thursday at the Jewel, by the way.
I thought you were going to say
I'm learning
I thought
I'm
you were going to
learning
say brown
all-
liquor Monday.
brown liquor Monday. Every day is a brown liquor day for me.
Brown liquor Monday.
As I go further down the rabbit hole. All right, so as is tradition, I will start. And this is a mainstay. This is a real holiday. Curious if it'll make your list, because I've heard you. I mean, you're good at this holiday, but I don't know that you enjoy it that much.
Mhm.
I like it because I think it's a chance for me to show that I'm funny and creative with my costume. Also, I like to get drunk, and people get kind of crazy on Halloween.
I have Halloween on my list.
Okay.
It'll be on my list. Yeah, I mean, it kind of annoys me. I'm good at it, but like it annoys me like that I have to be good at it. Like I have to like
You are good at it.
I make good costumes. I don't know why. If I'm gonna do it, I do it. But yeah, Halloween's a good time. Ideally you need a party though. I don't want to be at the bar on Halloween.
Oh no. I went to a bar 3 years ago. I will not do that again. No, Halloween. And now that our friends are getting older and having kids, parties are going to be harder to find, I guess. But
yeah, now it's just like for my future of Halloween is like sneaking a few beers in a wagon where I pull the kids around.
yeah.
Right?
I mean, hey, one of the perks of moving to the suburbs is my brother's Halloween is like pretty cool. They just like the whole neighborhood's just like drinking beers and walking around with the kids. You can't take a Go Cup around Roscoe Village on Halloween, I don't think.
I see him do it. I 100% see him do it. Yeah, I think they just go to like each other's houses, like from kids in a preschool or something like that. You know what I mean? They don't go to like random houses or whatever. And Roscoe Village has a thing where they shut down Roscoe, and the kids all like run in the street in their costumes and like go to the different like businesses on the street.
Okay, well, I stand corrected. Maybe I'll hang out there. Maybe that's where I can meet a nice divorcee.
Yeah, you should just hang out where all the kids are. That's not creepy at all.
Hey, if as a 30-year-old man, if I say I love kids and I don't have any, people get freaked out. Why can't I just be enthusiastic about children?
All right. My number 10 is probably one of the biggest drinking days of the year, if not the biggest. I actually really hate this day, but I just put it on the list so I could talk about it. And it's Thanksgiving Eve, aka Black Wednesday.
It's coming. It's number 8 on my list, so we could just go into the details on this right now.
It's, you know who loves this holiday? The people you went to high school with who never left town. Sorry if any of you are listening to this. I still love you.
I will say that the first year, I didn't even know this was a thing when I was 21, and I just went to the bars and saw everyone that I hadn't seen in a long time, and I was very excited about it. So that year, I didn't even know that existed, and the next year, I was pretty excited. But each year, it's gotten progressively more to become more of a non-entity.
Yeah, it's like around. So it's awesome when you're 21.
The best thing, I didn't even know it was a thing.
Because you just like see all the like no when you're 21, that's like 21 Black Wednesday is the only high school reunion I ever went to.
It was way better than the one I actually did go to.
Yeah, I assume it wasn't going to be better than that, so I didn't go. Yeah, it was awesome. And then sometime around the age of like 24 or 25, you realize you've kind of just had this same repeated day over and over again, and it's kind of getting sad.
I will say mine moved downtown at about 25. Like
See,
downtown.
I've never been to one downtown because I'm always in the burbs on that night.
So like I mean like some of my best friends from Oak Park, I mean, and friends of the show live pretty close to me, so we just kind of moved it downtown. And then like if our friends come in town from out of town, we'll go to one of Pat's bars.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm just.
So that gave it new life, I guess.
Yeah,
for me.
I've never experienced like not towny right where I grew up. Black Wednesday.
It's
Also,
a clusterfuck either way.
Yeah, I kind of ranked this as like if you put these two holidays head to head, like you have it's either October 31st Saturday or New Year's Eve right in front of you. Which one are you going to? But they're somehow the same day in some weird like time as a flat circle situation. And you just like you get to choose which holiday you go to at that given moment. That's how I ranked it. Which one I would go to. Heads up.
So you would go to Towny Black Wednesday
over everything that's not on this list.
Over everything that's not on this list.
Sorry, family holidays that didn't make this list.
Oh, I have not a single family holiday on this thing.
Sorry, regular Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter.
Okay, Easter is ridiculous. I mean, come on. Easter, if anything, it's the anti-drinking holiday. I'm usually hungover and angry that I have to like trek out to the suburbs.
You're right.
Easter's something that I do not believe in.
Easter's sneaky, like 'cause it's like breakfast. It's like early, and it's a Sunday morning all the time. Yeah, Easter is a sneaky bad one.
Could you imagine if it would be way better if it was like Martin Luther King Day was celebrated like Easter? Like you'd go to brunch with your family to celebrate Martin Luther King.
By the way,
a guy who did things that have been proven to have happened, a guy who has proven to exist, and a guy who is pretty cool.
Christianity as a whole screwed up. Like Easter should be way more fun. Like based on what it's supposed to be.
It should be just zombie theme parties.
So then I'll get to my number 9, which is it's kind of cheap. Like I actually really don't care about the Kentucky Derby, except that it's usually my birthday weekend, and it's an excuse for me to gamble on my birthday weekend. So like,
that was my number 9.
Nice. like the race itself, I've actually never, for as much as I gamble, and I'm like I claim to be a fairly solid gambler, meaning I haven't lost a lot of money in my life gambling. I'm pretty even. I've never won a single bet on a horse.
There's way more variable to it.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just betting on horses I think have good names or are gray colored. My theory should be disproved by now that gray horses are fast because they never win, but it is what it is.
I mean, I think it kind of has been disproven. I have a seersucker suit, so I have to celebrate Derby Day. It's mandatory for me.
Yeah, you got that seersucker suit thing going on, and that's your best time to wear it.
Like, I don't have a wedding this summer.
Yeah, you wear that any other time. You wear that any other time, you're just racist.
Oh, you're kind of racist on that day. Like I put on that suit coat, and I was like, I think Obama might be a Muslim, actually.
You got a little Colonel Sanders vibe going on.
I love the old-timey Colonel Sanders commercials, but I think it would be funny if they were like historically accurate to what Colonel Sanders actually was.
Like how they're bringing him back, you mean?
How they're bringing him back with Chris Hammond. Daryl Hammond.
Yeah.
If they were historically accurate to him being like, and the reason we were able to raise all of these chickens is because of all this free labor. And then I lost a war, but my empire continued.
My chicken empire. Oh, so that was also your number 9 was Derby Day.
So my number 9 and 8 have already gone.
We've already talked, and so just to keep it, 8 was Thanksgiving Eve.
So my number 9 was Derby Day, and my number 8 was Black Wednesday or Thanksgiving Eve or Blackout Wednesday or whatever you want to call it.
What else?
Or International Roofie Day.
Oh yeah, International Roofie Day is probably what it should be called.
So I am through 10, 9, and 8. So we actually be back to you, I guess.
Yeah, I also feel like Thanksgiving Eve / Black Wednesday is like the first day where like people start to like when you're growing up where you start to learn that somebody you know got a DUI.
And it's usually that day.
Yeah, that's what you're like, oh shit, somebody got a DUI. Luckily for me, like the towny bar where I grew up was like less than a mile from my house. It was like right outside my neighborhood. So like I just walked home. Which was weird, like walking through the neighborhood I grew up in, just like totally hammered coming home from a bar. A cop once drove me home from that bar. He's like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm just walking home. He's like, you want to ride? I'm like, this is a trap. He was like, no, he was like, I'll just really give you a ride home. I'm like, oh, cool, thanks. And then he dropped me off. He's like, I'm like, this is the place. And he's like, stops the car. And he's like, you know, I can't. And I'm like, you know, I can't get out of the back of this car, right? And he's like, oh. so he had to let me out. And of course, like my neighbors were outside and like saw me like let home in a cop car. So I told my parents, and they're like, yeah. So I'm like, if the house is across the street, I think I got arrested. That's what happened. It was great though. So then we're on my number 8. Then I guess.
Yeah.
This is another big one. It's New Year's Eve. I kind of skipped New Year's Eve the last couple of years. I just skipped it. What you want ideally for New Year's Eve is you want a house party, right?
So many of these you want a house party, don't you?
Yeah, there's only a couple where I don't, and I'll get to those later. But yeah, New Year's Eve you definitely want a house party. Because going to the bars on New Year's Eve sucks.
I'll say that I've found a few bars that are tolerable. You know, Village Tap is just like chill. It's just like, you know, it's crowded but not overrun. Yeah, I've intentionally just no drink package.
Yeah, I've intentionally gone no New Year's Eve before. I just stayed home. The first one I did it, I think I was like 24, and I was with my buddies, and we drank so much the night before that we were like 4 of us were all so hungover, and I think we were playing Monopoly on Nintendo when the clock struck midnight. And then a few years, me and my wife have like just skipped it. And last year we were like driving home from like down south that day through an ice storm in Indiana. But yeah, you want house party. New Year's Eve is for sure a house party. You don't want to deal with like people like start sending emails like months before New Year's Eve, and you're like, we gotta figure out what we're doing for New Year's Eve, and then I start just getting anxious about it.
That's what it is. It's that most angst-causing holiday. Because even if you have the house party, it's still like, how am I going to get home?
Yeah, because like cabs are impossible. And now like cabs are even more impossible because of Uber. And they just turn on their Uber thing or whatever. And then like you have to pay like 800 times surge pricing to get home.
Okay, this year it wasn't bad, actually.
It wasn't?
Because Uber just overloaded it. Uber just got every single person they have driving out there with all these promises of like 80 times.
And they just didn't get it because there was so many people out there. So many people,
which is great for the consumer.
Yeah, it's awesome. But like I feel like you get these email chains that are like, where are we gonna go? We gotta get our tickets fast. It's $60 a person, blah blah blah, $80 a person. But all this whole thing is people like shooting down like this email chain is people shooting down the ideas, hoping and like playing a game of chicken.
Absolutely.
It's a game 100%. Of chicken to see who's gonna be like, oh fine, I'll just have a party. It's a huge game of chicken.
I had already come to do a bar this year when someone threw a party, and I was like, you son of a bitch. You sneaky son of a bitch.
It's just a huge game.
You did that to dwindle your numbers.
I would be tempted just to go to the party.
I went to the bar for a while and went to the party. So then I did like the worst case scenario, kind of.
Yeah. I've done that before too, for sure. I've gone to I stayed at the bar till like 12:15 and I went to the party.
Yep, that's almost exactly. I don't think I stayed. I think I was gone by midnight.
Yeah, because you got to get out earlier, because you can actually kind of get a cab if you leave at that exact time.
Yep. All right. This year, New Year's was great because it was New Year's Day was a Thursday.
Yeah.
So if you took Friday off, it was just like this long bender.
Yeah. And speaking of New Year's Day, it's my number 7.
Oh, is it?
New Year's Day is better than New Year's Eve.
Way bigger fan of New Year's Day. I'm going to go into my details on it later in the list.
Yeah, you do different stuff. I don't actually drink fun every year, but if I do, it's just like going to somebody's house and like watching bowl games and eating like pizza and chicken wings and like going home at like, it's really just like New Year's Day is for me is just like a Sunday fun day in the middle of winter, but it's not on a Sunday, and it involves a lot of college football. Like that's what it is. It's almost I'm always at like a party when I do. You do it differently than me, but I always end up at a party, like at a house party.
I'm going to go into it a little more later, but it's a good day for bars.
Yeah.
You get the true drunks, the true troopers are out on New Year's Day.
Yeah, last New Year's Day we invented a terrible drinking game called Awful Waffle that's never been played since. That involved drinking a whole bottle of Crown Royal Maple, which we decided tasted like an awful waffle.
To change gears slightly to something that we both love but doesn't usually make the podcast cut. Did you notice in this year's NBA draft when Billis said tremendous upside potential, he goes, America can start drinking?
Yeah. Yes. Tremendous upside potential.
Or maybe he just said length. It was something like that.
Yeah, wingspan and upside are the things you have to drink when you play the NBA draft drinking game.
Yeah.
All right, so what is your number 7? Since we'll get back into New Year's Day later on this.
My number 7 is I didn't know how to phrase this, but you totally know what this is. And I don't know how to make this sound misogynistic, but it certainly has some appeal for the ladies as well if they like legs.
Bring them out day.
I just call it International Skirt Day. Oh, bring them out day.
That's what I call it.
Whatever you want to call it. I like that better. It's the day where people show a little skin for the first time, and it's exciting.
Yeah, it only exists in northern cities.
You're right. And so International Skirt Day would not work.
Yeah, it only exists in northern cities. It does not exist in the South. Sorry, you guys. For all of our people in the South, you guys lost. You guys don't get International Skirt Day, and you can't wave your Confederate flags anymore. It's a tough week. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's a bigger deal at college campuses. I feel like.
It is a way bigger deal at college campuses. And at college campuses, it always happens too early. It's like the first 61-degree day.
Yeah. And it's only 61 from like 1 to 3 p.m.
Nonetheless,
it's
the day that you want to be at the bar.
It's a great day. And in college,
Single
actually,
or married, we're all looking that day.
I actually feel like we celebrated in college by like sitting on a couch on a second floor balcony, looking down at the intersection where everybody was walking by while drinking all day.
Okay, well that's better. That's like your roof for pride.
Yeah, that's the same thing. It's awesome. It's a parade basically too. I don't really notice it as much. When I lived right like on DePaul's campus basically for like 3 years, it was a big deal there too, I feel like, because I was back at college basically. Yeah, it's a great day. I can't believe I forgot about that day, because that's a holiday where you don't know when it's coming.
Oh, that's why I was like that one specifically. Like you don't even have like that could be May 1st or that could be like June 11th. The way Chicago is.
One year it was like 4 of these days combined.
When it was St. Patrick's Day
and NCAA tournament day all at once.
Oh, man.
It was 3 of them at once. It was like the greatest day ever. It was the greatest drinking day in Chicago history, perhaps.
It was, and I mean, like, also you didn't know it was going to be 75 degrees.
Yeah, problem was I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but didn't Mizzou get just totally upset?
Yeah, I was like it was the day before. Mizzou had gotten upset the day before, and I was so miserable.
Like they were a 2 seed, lost the first round.
Like you've seen me after I get dumped and get pretty heartbroken. It was basically that. It didn't linger as long, but it felt like that.
Well, here's the thing: when you get dumped, you need that day that happened the next day to happen every time right afterwards.
I had a girlfriend at the time, but she was like, "You're being such a little whiny bitch." I remember
that only made it worse.
Yeah, I remember going to Whole Foods and just like walking around and like not nowhere in particular. Like we were supposed to get food for dinner. And I was just like, I can't believe this happened. She's like, "What the fuck? It's just sports." And I was like, "You don't understand."
You're like, "This is our best chance."
I hadn't booked my tickets to the Final Four. But the Final Four was in New Orleans, and my sister was still in school there, so I had like okayed that all my friends could stay there and like started the wheels in motion. I had already planned on going to Bloomington to meet my St. Louis friends, Bloomington Normal, if we got to the Elite Eight, so we could watch and celebrate together. This is before they even made it to the second weekend, which they didn't make it.
They didn't even make it to the second day.
They didn't make it to. Oh, well, they got eliminated on the Friday, so they did. I mean, technically, they made it to the second day.
All right, what number was that for you?
That was
that was actually International Skirt Day / Bring 'em Out Day / the first nice weather day in the north.
Yeah. Okay. So that was number 7. And number 6, I went with something that I think I only like it because our company has given us this day off for the past few years, and most people don't get it off. So then we get a Sunday fun day, a bonus Sunday fun day.
President's Day, right?
President's Day. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also am into the idea of a President's Day pub crawl where everyone like dresses up like a president or first lady.
Oh, that's not bad. See, I didn't put the other one on here. I didn't put that or the holiday you should get off instead of President's Day, which is Martin Luther King Day.
Oh yeah, our company does not get that off.
the non-racist. I used to always go out the Sunday before Martin Luther King Day, so it's the same type of deal.
Yeah, but it's way more fun when like half the people don't have it off.
Well, that's the thing. Both of those days, half of them don't have it off. Like half has one, half has the other. So it's like the bars are like weirdly like sparse, but like it's like a Saturday to you, so it's awesome.
Yeah. And one year the Pony Inn had bubble hockey on President's Day weekend, and no one believes me, but it did. And I know it's not there anymore, but it was there once. And I tell this story, and people think I'm full of shit, but it was there. And the only person that was there with me is Mike LaTurner, and no one could trust him. So like, no one could trust his memory, and I don't think he remembers it. I'll just be like, bubble hockey's fun.
Bubble hockey is fun. I'm not good at it. I haven't played it in so long.
It's way easier than like foosball.
Is it?
Yeah.
Was it a question about that bubble hockey? Was it USA versus Soviet Union?
Yes.
Okay, that's the best one.
Well, one team was blue and one team was red. Maybe it was like a modernized version, so they couldn't call it that anymore.
I would still pick the Soviet Union. So that my number 6 then we're on.
Did I do my number 6?
What was your number? Wasn't that your number 6? No.
I keep taking down my list. Okay, yes, that was my number 6.
Yeah. All right, my number 6 we already talked about anyway. Is it's Halloween.
Okay.
Halloween's one, like we said, you want the house party. You want the house party for Halloween. And so let's go to number 5, which is I think similar to Halloween, except that you don't have to worry about making costumes, and it's St. Patrick's Day.
I put that a little higher because my heritage.
Yeah, but it's actually one of the better ones for going to bars, I think.
This is definitely a bar holiday. Also, well, that part of that is because, it's day drinking. St. Patrick in Ireland is famous for driving all the snakes out of the country. In America, he's famous for driving all the skanks into the bars at 8 a.m. on a Saturday.
Yeah, and I go deep with St. Patrick's Day from the old Champagne days of going to U of I.
I think that has definitely affected the Chicago culture of St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah,
I know it's always been a drunk place, but the whole concept of unofficial.
Yeah, like they do it like
unofficial here, basically.
Yeah, it's just a different day. It's just like the Saturday closest to St. Patrick's Day here instead of like the Saturday before. But yeah, it's basically the same thing, right? Like we don't actually go out on St. Patrick's Day here. I mean, some people do, but it's not like the big day is like the weekend.
Oh no, I will definitely double down.
And St. Patrick's Day, often that Saturday, well, it hasn't really been a thing for me since Illinois has been so bad at basketball, but there used to always be a nice Big Ten tournament game for me to watch that Saturday. But that's not a thing anymore.
Years ago, it used to be that was the NCAA tournament opening weekend, but now it seems to have permanently been pushed back a weekend.
Yeah. I guess it depends because that Saturday could be either, depending on when it is, right? Because it could be before or after. Sometimes it's the NCAA tournament, sometimes it's Big Ten tournament, or whatever your conference tournament of choice is. Right.
Either way, good basketball.
Yeah. All right. So then we're on you for number 5.
Actually, it kind of ties in. It's the first 2 days of the NCAA tournament.
Oh, okay. That's coming
5.
for me later on.
You have better traditions than me, but I do enjoy it. Honestly, for me, it's not even as much about the drinking as it is about the basketball. So that's probably why it isn't higher on my list. But I do drink during it, and I do just think it's great. It's a great day not to be at work.
Yes, that's part of it. Is that you take this one off yourself? Like I do. I take it off myself.
That said, if you have to work, it's kind of a great day to be at work.
It's a great day to be at work, and it's a great day to not be at work. It's just a great day.
So that's my number 5.
It's also a great day to sneak in some beers at lunch if you are working.
And be totally unproductive in the afternoon.
Yep.
More so than you already were.
All right, so what's your number 4?
This one is one I went back and forth on because this one, it's so event-centric that it might not be able to be considered a holiday, but I put it down because it's a day that I love, and it's a day that, if I'm power ranking the days that I'm drunkest, this has a strong chance to be number 1.
What is it?
The first day of Lollapalooza.
Oh, Friday?
Lolla Friday. I also have a tradition where I'm with my mom, and we do it up. We go into the fancy VIP stuff. But Lolla Friday is a great holiday. I look forward to it all year. It's only 4 weeks away, in fact.
Yeah, that did not make my list. Lolla kind of terrifies me. So
No, this is one that we differ on. I mean, it's a lot of fun. Like Lolla Saturday is like kind of fun, and Lolla Sunday is like
terrible. People seem to hate Sunday.
I am never going to go on a Sunday again. Like, it would have to be Springsteen or Pearl Jam. That's
Yeah,
really
it would be like something you really, really, really want.
That's really the only scenario I could see myself going on a Sunday to Lolla at this point. If I go the other 2 days, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense, right? Because it's the third day, too, in a row situation.
And you're watching all these 15-year-old kids just lap you at drugs and drinking.
Well, to be fair, they have performance-enhancing drugs.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I'm really just a drinker at this point. May have a leisurely puff of something. I don't know.
But that's not performance-enhancing.
It's probably a clove cigarette anyway. I didn't ask.
That's not performance-enhancing anyway. It's not what those kids are doing.
No, they got my ass whooped there. So it's just Friday, and that actually is July 31st this year. It's not in August.
Yeah, I mean, that seems. Here's the thing: if I was to go, like, if it was like just blindly not caring about who was playing, the Friday I think would be the time I would go because I have a better excuse to not go so early, and I would just get hammered and then like have the whole weekend to recover.
And you need it. Like, that's the thing.
Is the Friday also the least crowded day?
I believe they sell out every day, so I mean, maybe
Okay.
like the crowds are later arriving.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So the maximum occupancy for the most hours is probably on Saturday, I would guess.
Yeah.
But so that's that's kind of a. But I mean, I kind of debated if that was a holiday because
It counts, man.
So event-centric.
But it's still annual. I
It
think
is
it
annual.
counts. I think if it's an annual, something you can plan on, it's a holiday. That's why the World Cup and nothing involving the World Cup makes this list because it's not
I was
annual.
trying to find like some sort of like international sporting day.
But like, yeah, if the World Cup was annual, maybe. But like, the thing with the World Cup also is there's not like it's so spread out.
Yeah, I mean, also it's really the best World Cup days are far and away the ones where USA plays on a weekend,
Yeah, those are the best
and you might not even get one. You're not
Yeah.
guaranteed to get one.
at all. Yeah, you're not guaranteed to get one at all. So we have a lady version of that coming up here.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch, I guess.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it.
I mean,
I've watched like some of it.
Yeah, I believe we will win.
Yeah.
That's just a sentence, not a chant.
All right. Who's your number 4?
My
What's
number
your number
4. I keep toggling between the camera and number 4 was Lolla Friday. Number 5 was tournament. Number 4 was Lolla Friday.
It's my turn.
So you're up.
Number 4 is a holiday that every once in a while there's some kind of event I could go to. But I think here's the thing: I have 2 on this of my last 4 that are things where we live. You can go to some parties of them, but the ideal version of these is not in Chicago, and would probably blow away a lot of the things on this list. And my number 4 is Oktoberfest.
Oh. Okay.
I like a good
I thought you were
Oktoberfest
going to
party.
say Mardi Gras.
Oh, well, I said there's going to be 2 of them. Oktoberfest is like German beer, and I'm into German beer and drinking out of boots and weird polka music when I'm drunk. It's a good time.
You know, I don't like the food at all at these Oktoberfests in Chicago.
I totally agree. I could
It's
do without the food.
disgusting.
I could do without the food.
And if that's how German food is, I'm not into it.
You just eat sausage, man.
Yeah.
Don't worry about anything else. Just eat some sausage and pretzels. Just get some pretzels.
Also, you could drink PBR at the Chicago Oktoberfests.
Yeah, you say you just go to like a German bar and you get a boot. Can you even get boots at the Chicago Oktoberfest?
You can
Like little
get,
tiny ones, fake ones.
They're plastic. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't get like the giant glass boots.
No, those are like quite expensive, no?
Yeah, for sure. So then my number 3 is yesterday. It's the 4th of July for those of us who aren't listening live right now, which is everybody.
I had to think. I was like, what was yesterday again?
Oh, the 4th of July. It's the best of the cookout holidays.
Absolutely. I didn't even put Memorial and Labor Day on my lists because Memorial Day, the weather's never as good as it should be, and Labor Day means summer's over. So they both have kind of like downers to them.
Memorial Day has like, I think, the best upside potential, but consistency, it's not there. If you had like a 78-degree Memorial Day, like kickoff of the summer, that's a good weekend. But you're not getting that most of the time. 4th of July is your best chance for good weather on one of these cookout holidays. And it's like kind of cool sometimes when it's like a Tuesday or it's like the only time you get like a random day off of work in the middle of the week sometimes.
Yeah. New Year's Day gives you that, but that's like
yeah, New Year's Day and Christmas, I guess, right? Those are a little different. But this year was a perfect storm with it being a Saturday.
Yeah, then you get the Friday off.
Yeah, the Friday was great. All day yesterday, I kept thinking it was Sunday. And then I'm like, oh my God, it's not Sunday. This is amazing. I need more Fridays off. Friday off is great.
I mean, Summer Friday's also a...
Oh, and you get...
Awesome.
And the 4th of July, you get to wear like stupid USA-themed clothes. And so I
don't own any.
Oh, man. I have a Dan Marley Team USA jersey. That basically only gets worn for things like that.
That's a good one.
Also, it's the day where you get to play with explosives. If you want to. If you're into that sort of thing.
It's an option.
Yeah. I'm not super into it, but some people are. My dad did a very good job of making me terrified of firecrackers for some reason.
I'd rather just watch people light them off, personally, but... I mean, people that I know, not like sit like 2 miles away and watch fireworks because I can do that.
Yeah, it all looks the same after a while.
Yeah.
I don't think there's been any big innovations in firework technology lately.
I can't speak on it.
Though it's always fun if you get like the kids, if you see some kids that you don't know shooting Roman candles at each other. Because I don't want to see kids I do know getting Roman candles shot at it, but kids I don't know shooting Roman candles at each other, that's a good time. All right. So what is your number 3?
My number 3 is New Year's Day. Although I missed it this year, I've for 3 years gone to the pajama party at the bar that I cannot remember the name of right now.
McGee's.
And it's awesome because it's the real drunks. Also, no college kids. A lot of divorced people who are just out there to forget. And
McGee's is a weird bar in that it's like for like really young college kids, and then there's like a contingent of older people that hang out.
There's a contingent of older people that are like, I don't know if they're lifers, but they've been going there for a long time.
Yeah, like they've kept it rolling. Maybe I feel like they know the ownership and stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, but like also all the ownership dresses up. It's kind of funny. Last year they were Oompa Loompas.
Oh, nice.
And they committed, man. They didn't half-ass that. and they count down to New Year's every hour.
Oh, that's fun.
Countdown every hour. So mostly it's because of this party. Last year I missed it because I had a bowl game obligation with some of my friends in town. But at least Mizzou won.
Yeah.
Last year also was awesome because you had the college football playoff.
Yeah, that's going to make it better going forward New Year's Day, I think.
This year's not going to be on New Year's Day, though.
Oh, it's not?
Because New Year's Day is a Sunday, and the NFL will not allow it.
I don't know if the NFL won't allow it, but there's no reason for them to go heads up with the NFL.
Okay, so
the NFL's not going to give up their Sunday for the
college
football.
that might be a more accurate characterization.
Yeah. No, but New Year's Day is a good one. I like New Year's Day.
I mean, and when you have like this year where you don't have to go to work the next day,
that's prime. Yeah, that's prime.
Which I guess you'll have again next year.
What is? Yeah, maybe.
Because I think New Year's Day will be a Friday next. No, well, I just said it was a Sunday, so I don't
know how that works, dude. I know there are people who know. Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know how that works. It's impossible to figure out. And then next year a leap year?
It's an election year, so yes.
Fucking February 29th. All right. So
I
then
do
what
know.
is?
I do know someone with a February 29th birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They must have a huge party every 4 years.
How strange would that be?
I would have a big party on the 29th every 4 years if my birthday was 29th, and I wouldn't really. I'm already not a big birthday person, so I feel like I would kind of ignore it the other 3 years and then just go big every four.
I feel like your 40th birthday would be huge.
Yeah, big deal. Big deal. 40th
Your
birthday.
40th birthday would be huge.
Yeah, I like it. I want to go to a 40th birthday party one day of somebody whose was a leap year birthday.
Well,
That'd
I'll
be
introduce you to this person. Maybe you could make it work.
Got a few years to figure it out. Get in there. Get that invite. All right. So then what's your number two?
My number 2 is the 4th of July. I mean, we talked about it. Smoked meats, cold beers, lack of family obligation.
Yeah. I watched the hot dog eating competition. Inspired me then to go to the grocery store and buy a pack of Nathan's Famous hot dogs and make hot dogs later on.
I think Nathan's are way better than Vienna beef. Very unpopular opinion around us.
Okay, so here's how I'll say that. I think they're better when grilled.
Okay.
But I think like when you get them like from a hot dog stand or like when they cook them right, like a steamed like Vienna beef hot dog like that like snaps is better than like a Nathan's Famous hot dog. But like when it comes to grilling, the Nathan's are better.
They have a different bun too. A Nathan's specific kind of bun on the East Coast. It's like kind of Wonder Bread. It's less bunny and more bready.
Yeah, in general I haven't. The worst hot dog I ever had in my life was at a Yankees game. Like I ate 2 bites of it and just like threw it out. It was horrible. Was
it a Nathan's?
I don't know what it was. It was the worst hot dog I've ever had in my life, and I have a very negative opinion of East Coast hot dogs from that. But Nathan's like when I buy them here and grill them, I like them on the grill. That's my go-to grilling hot dog. There's no skin on them, right? They don't have they're not like encased really, are they?
No, they have some skin on them. It's not like searable flesh like a kosher Hebrew National is.
Yeah. But yeah, yesterday 4th of July is good.
4th is a great day.
Hot dogs. All right, man. So here's my number 2. It's another one of those, and it's one I need to go to, and it's Mardi Gras. Now, Fat Tuesday is like the tourist version of Mardi Gras. I think from everything I've been told and learned in life is that you go the weekend. You go like a week and a half before Fat Tuesday.
I think it's all a pretty big deal. It's not like the New Orleanians take off Fat Tuesday.
No, but I'm just saying, like, Fat Tuesday is the one where it's like flooded with people and you're waiting in lines everywhere to go somewhere, right? Like, but they have like the big parades like for like a month before that. But you go like a week and a half before, and you can just go in and out of bars that are like pretty full of people. Like my wife was there. My wife and one of my buddies were there a few years ago. They were both there for like the same like tech conference. And they just like stayed up all night one night, and they got her and like a couple people she worked with and this guy who I'm good buddies with, and they stayed up all night and tore it up. I heard it was just a great time, and I want to go for like that weekend.
Man, what an awesome company to send people to New Orleans.
It was like Informex. It's like this like chemical conference, which just happened to be like that. It was like 10 days before Fat Tuesday.
Wow. I'm so envious of that.
But everybody seems to say like that's a prime time to go because you get like all like the Mardi Gras festivities and everything without like the just insanity of that Tuesday of Fat Tuesday, which Fat Tuesday is probably awesome too, though. But that's probably a lot more like New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I went, I wouldn't be that picky, but I don't know. I'd want to do Fat Tuesday, I feel like.
I don't know. I feel like you want to hang out with the locals and their Mardi Gras. I feel like you always want to do what the locals do for their holiday, not what the tourists do. You know what I mean?
I could see it both ways. I just take my sister with me. She's got some like New Orleans local in her.
So she's got some connection and
yeah.
Yeah. That'd be good. Or you can go big or just as big and go to like Brazil
See, what she's got is the New Orleans knowledge. What I got is the being good at drinking. Together, we're a pretty good team.
Do you have the ability to drink hurricanes?
She orders Bloody Marys at 7 p.m. I'm trying to get her out of this habit. She just refuses to, and I acknowledge her for just staying true to herself and her taste buds.
I mean, I don't like Bloody Marys at all, but I respect just getting whatever the hell you like.
I do too. But like I'll give you a scenario. Like a pretty cute waitress is like there. It's me and my sister. She orders Bloody Mary. And now the only thing that this waitress knows about our table is we're the people that made her life more difficult by ordering a Bloody Mary at 7 p.m.
Why is it more difficult? She doesn't have to make it.
Because she has to dress it and all that. I don't know. They just always kind of do an eye roll. Or they're like, oh, you're so interesting. Either way, taking the attention off me, which is not the appropriate move.
What's a more annoying? Like, it's not as bad as like ordering mimosa at that time.
No, because at least it's kind of a drunk drink.
Yeah. Bloody Mary's a drunk drink, yeah. So then my number one then is it's the NCAA tournament. It's that Thursday, Friday, specifically that Friday, but that's it for me.
I have to ask you a question. This year, do you think you'll be in a hospital operating room?
Well,
getting a vasectomy?
I think I'll get that vasectomy Wednesday so I can take Thursday and Friday off. So I can take Thursday and Friday off to recover. This is what I think is going to happen. That's the game plan. This is my game plan since I knew we were having twins.
I mean, it's been my game plan before. I might even have one before I have kids and then get it reversed one year in the tournament.
It's a great excuse to take those days off.
All right, so you got to go into some of the specifics you do with your drinking games on this particular day.
Well, we go, a bunch of me and a bunch of my friends go to the bar, take off of work, and go out Friday. Like, I think this year, I think we probably had like 20. Well, at the start of game time, what is that noise? You like got some ticking going on your side? Is there like a lawnmower going on in there? Brendan apparently can't hear us right now. I can't hear Brendan, and it's just a bunch of ticking, and it's pretty funny right now. I can't hear him. There's like a clapping. I can't hear you, dude. I can't hear you. Hello? Hello? The ticking stopped. That seemed like a good thing. I don't hear anything. Hello? I hear something now. No? I hear something.
Well, now on the FaceTime mic.
That's fine. We'll just do that for the rest of this since we're getting
okay.
towards the end.
Do you want to try and finish it? Let me try and switch over one time.
Okay.
How about now?
Oh, it's working.
Okay. Do you just want to do the whole thing over again, or?
I'll just start at NCAA tournament.
Okay.
All right. We're back. I got a little technical difficulty. My number one is the NCAA tournament. That Thursday, Friday, that weekend. That Friday specifically. And before we had some weird things happening of clacking going on over the microphones, I was talking about how I'm definitely getting a vasectomy on this Wednesday before the NCAA tournament this year.
You've already doubled down on babies. Talk about a gamble, by the way.
Let's double. So I'm going to double down on excuses to take that Friday off. Like, I don't need an excuse. I take it off every year. But I may as well. Actually, I don't know. Is it a bad... Should I not be doing that? Since I take it off every year, should I just be doing this on another day where I can get another day off?
But you just said you get a Wednesday off by it.
Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, make it like a long weekend. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Can you take a personal day after a sick day though, and really get away with it?
What if I just do it Wednesday and say it's a surgery, I need 3 days to recover and take 3 sick days.
It wouldn't shock me if you did need 3 days to recover. I'm sure you don't feel great on day 3.
That's the move. That's why you do it, right? So you don't have to take vacation days or PTO. You use it as a sick day.
I mean that's the move.
Yeah, that's the move.
Besides that, someone's cutting into your penis or scrotum. I don't know.
I think it's scrotum.
I don't know the specifics.
I think it's scrotum.
By the way, that's probably the first time penis has ever been said on this show.
Or scrotum.
Or scrotum. we went biology class on this specific episode.
Yeah, but when a bunch of my friends and I go to the bars that Friday specifically. Me and you took half day at Thursday and hit the bars this year.
We did. I mean, but I think we both were holding back to some degree because I had to go to Indy the next day, and you had
Friday's my big day. Yeah,
your big day on Friday.
Yeah, so we were when I went to the bar Friday, I think we had about 12 people there at tip off, and then by lunchtime, I think there was about 20, 25 people we had at the bar at lunchtime on Friday. And yeah, there's a lot of just random gambling on. We had some squares, which I didn't win any this year. And a lot of like strip cards and things like that. And my buddy Paul makes this like some pool where you like pick all the games against the spread and like weird prop bets, and you get points for it for like the first, I don't know, like, so it ends by like 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. or something that day. So like, well, by the time we disperse and start hitting other bars up, but it's a great day. Love the
I mean, it's
besides the regular bracket gambling that you're doing.
I do have. It's not the best playoffs in sports. As a sports fan, I do have like that objection to it.
It's not the best playoffs in sports.
People are like, top this NBA finals. And
the NBA is way better. The NBA
is top it by being better at this sport than the guys who are better at playoffs right now.
But the NCAA tournament's more of like a spectacle.
Oh yeah, I enjoy it, and I mean, like the way it's set up is a more enjoyable day. Like the NBA finals is like a Tuesday. You just got home from work. It's not like the greatest day of your life.
Well, that's the thing though. You're comparing the NBA finals to the first weekend of the NCAA tournament.
Absolutely, you're right. No, but I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
And I'm just talking about all those people who are like, after like Georgia State beats Valparaiso on a buzzer beater, they're like, where do you see that in the NBA? I'm like, well, usually the games are decided because one team is considerably better than another, and they're better at defense, so teams don't make shots with 0.7 seconds left. There's a lot of reasons that you don't see that as much in the NBA.
And it happens once in a while.
They don't miss free throws like they do in college basketball.
Oh God. Well, this is a bad year to talk about that.
Okay, well, they should.
There's like 2 guys that miss a lot of free throws,
and one of them just basically got maxed out.
We'll talk about that maybe after.
Maybe in the
maybe a little extra time after
the overtime.
All right, so what's your number one?
We talked about St. Patrick's Day. Good bar day. Those are my people. It's always a fun Saturday. Even back to Mizzou with my buddies, we had so much fun on St. Patrick's Day when it wasn't as big a deal at Mizzou. We just made it a big deal for us. And all of them moved here, so it's been a lot of fun. But St. Patrick's Day is great. I think you're on my team. It's a pretty fun time. So I won't get into the specifics. Green beer and all that, whiskey. I like those things. So that's where I stand on the best holiday.
Yeah, people complain about it, but here's the thing: I love Guinness. I love whiskey, and I love getting drunk with a bunch of my friends. It's a good holiday.
Yeah.
And I even like weird Irish food sometimes, but not corned beef and cabbage.
Really? Okay, well, cabbage is flavorless, but I think corned beef is delicious.
I hate corned beef, but I don't know why. I just don't like it. But like, I don't know. I guess what other Irish food is there? Like, I'm thinking probably more British food. I'm probably just being incorrect.
There's like Guinness stew, which I don't even know how Irish say. It's just stew. Irish people not good at food.
Yeah, I don't really like Irish food. That was a lie. I think I like weird British food, like bangers and mash, and like shepherd's pie.
Yeah, I mean that you could get that stuff in Ireland too. It's all pretty much the same.
You go to an Irish pub, that stuff's on the menu.
It's the UK. They can't cook at any of those places anyway.
Yeah, you go to an Irish pub, that stuff's on the menu, so it's fine.
So those are our holidays / a few random basketball thoughts we threw in there.
Yeah. And thanks for listening. Please, if you guys have any ideas for future lists or anything we left off the list, email us firstoftheworst@gmail.com. or follow us. Or you can also tweet at us at First of the Worst. Or me personally at Arendass, Arendass, or Brendan at Shy_Murph. Also, please subscribe if you haven't to us on iTunes or Stitcher if you are an Android person, and maybe write a review or whatever.
Yeah. Thanks, guys, so much for listening, and we'll be back next week.
All right, later. All right, we're going straight into overtime here on a couple things.
Okay, I didn't know. I heard babies crying.
That's fine. We're back.
Okay, free agency.
Before we get into this, if you're listening still, free agency and probably True Detective. And
okay, DeAndre Jordan, I think he's really good defensively. Doesn't do shit for the Mavs, right? I mean,
he's just going to be...
I think he's like defensive player of the year caliber defensive player.
He's evolutionary Tyson Chandler. Right? And they won a championship with Tyson Chandler. Like, they're chasing that Tyson Chandler defensive player of the year dream.
But Dirk is not the same. And they also let Ellis go, which I agree with. Well, no, I don't, because Ellis's contract was totally reasonable compared to a lot of the contracts that got given out.
Did they let him go, or did he not? I thought he didn't pick up a player option.
Okay, so he didn't pick up a player option, but I think that's how they were able to sign Jordan, right?
What, and Wes Matthews, right?
Oh, Dallas signed Wes Matthews?
Yeah, I think. I could be wrong.
No, that sounds right. So. Okay, well then
basically the entire Portland Trailblazers left Damian Lillard just by himself. It's like Damian Lillard and Myers Leonard.
Well, what if Leonard is awesome next year?
Well, he's like 40% three-point shooter.
What if Leonard and Noah Vonleh are just destroying people up there next year?
I love Myers Leonard, except that he cried during college basketball games. Which I'm really
Myers Leonard will definitely get paid when he gets a free agent after Costa Koufos. And people, I mean, a lot of guys got paid that are not that good.
Everybody got paid. It's amazing. And then, I feel like these contracts are going to look small in a year or two.
Yeah, I love Monroe going to the Bucks and turning down the Knicks and the Lakers.
It's amazing. Also, I was reading something. I was tweeting with a couple of my buddies, some Bucks people, and I was just like, I think Greg Monroe's overrated, but I also think it's an awesome move for the Bucks.
Okay, actually though, he was 15-10 last year.
I know.
He was 15-2 and 10.4.
He's the rare 15-10 guy, which everybody thinks is really common. But he's terrible at defense. But the Bucks should be able to cover that up. So,
but they still won't have great rim protection unless Giannis is just that incredible that can guard the perimeter and the rim.
Yeah, I guess once you put Jabari in there too, defense might go downhill a little bit.
But their perimeter defense should be amazing.
Oh yeah, should be awesome. Everybody on that team has 8 foot wingspan.
But the Bucks totally could be the team that should be good and isn't.
Oh yeah, I'm predicting that halfway through the season, Grievous Vasquez is their starting point guard and not Michael Carter Williams.
Yeah, I could see that.
Or at least playing when they really need to be good, in crunch time.
Okay, so the Sixers traded Carter Williams to the Lakers pick, and when I thought that Aldridge or Love was going to go to the Lakers, I was like, man, the Sixers fucked up that trade. Now I'm like, the Sixers got the Lakers pick.
Oh yeah, and you're so excited about Aldridge going to the Spurs.
Well, I am because I want the Spurs to win rather than the LeBrons. I mean, I'm cool with the Warriors. I just want there to. I wish the Spurs were in the East almost, so that LeBron had to deal with them. But
my thing on the Spurs is I like the Spurs. I like the whole.
You do. You have told me you like the Spurs before.
But I kind of wanted him to go to the Suns. It's just I don't need. Here's the thing, as fans of teams outside of the Bulls when we were young, I don't like when teams get to just keep being good. I don't like when the Duncan era ends. I need the Spurs fans to see. I need them to prove they're real basketball fans and not fans of a really good team. But they're not going to have to do that now.
They have a winning record against every team in the NBA.
It's like Green Bay Packer fans and Colts fans.
You're right to an extent.
It's really easy to be a Green Bay Packer or Colts fan when you always have the best quarterback in football.
I want to reward them for being a good franchise, which the Packers in specific, the Colts lucked into luck. But the Packers are a good franchise.
Oh yeah, Packers. I hate them, but they're a good franchise. Colts got lucky as shit.
The Colts lucked into luck.
Yeah.
But the Blazers, the Spurs have done everything right. So that's cool. I mean, the Suns would have been cool too. I would have been cool with the Suns. I'm just glad it wasn't like the Lakers. I'm really fucking glad it wasn't the Rockets because I hate the Rockets. Irrationally so. I hate Daryl Morey.
You hate math.
And I hate that things just seem to work out for him. But I guess they didn't really try for Aldridge because I didn't really.
The sneaky thing is the Suns do the Spurs. do all that math stuff too. And
I know,
things work out for them. They just don't talk about it as much.
But Morey's annoying. Oh, but things work out way better for the Spurs. Like every draft pick they've had that has been a starter for them has been awesome. Like Morey hasn't really had that many good draft picks.
Yeah, his best draft pick was like Chandler Parsons.
Yeah. But like everyone gets to hit once in a while.
Yeah, Chandler Parsons apparently like top recruiter in the NBA. Apparently he's like magical in meetings. He's gonna be Florida's head coach and like he's gonna be like the Gator basketball coach in like 15 years.
Great, I like Florida. I could be into that. Also, like this is like kind of a reach, but keeping the Spurs viable. R.C. Buford is a Kansas Jayhawk. That's always been the place that like people are like, well, if Bill Self goes, that's where he'd go.
Oh, really?
So I want Bill Self to leave, even though then I would have to hate the Spurs, so it would be like not great, but
we'll see how likable they are. I'm always just like I don't want to have to start caring about LaMarcus Aldridge. He's just been like a good basketball player that I just don't have to pay attention to.
He was like that's how Chris Bosh was,
and now I have to pay attention to him, and now I have to like watch him like become Tim Duncan clone, or at least attempt to be, which would be interesting to see like how much he like becomes more like Duncan. He's already like in that mold.
Well, that's the one storyline that has annoyed me is people are like Aldridge just like Duncan. I'm like, by the time Duncan was like in year 7 like Aldridge is, how many titles did he have? How many MVPs?
Yeah,
they're not just like Duncan.
No, he's in the same mold, but he's not just like Duncan.
But he's much worse.
Yeah,
that's the point I'm making. Than like one of the 5 greatest players ever.
Yeah. Now I wonder if Popovich stays longer now because everybody kind of thought he would like kind of ride out with Duncan or after a year, but now if he's got like set up with like Kawhi and Aldridge, he might stick around for a bit. I wonder.
I mean, Kawhi is the guy that I think is probably a more valuable player of those two.
Yeah, he's weird. Like sometimes you watch him, you're like, he's like gonna be the best player in the NBA, and then sometimes you watch him, and he's just not doing anything.
Well, I don't know that he'll ever be like a 25-point a game scorer. That would be my one question. Like, and how valuable is a guy that's not a 25-point a game scorer? Yeah. Obviously, at this point, max money goes to everyone, so that's not
this year specifically. When like
he's worth a max deal.
Yeah, so this year max. This year max before like because next year's max is gonna be so much more.
I mean, the way the money came out this year just makes me so angry about the Bulls not giving the money to Jimmy. They could have.
They would have so much more money to play with here.
And by the way, the best contract in all of free agency is Mike Dunleavy.
Ooh, there's a couple good ones. Paul Pierce.
Who did Pierce sign with?
Clippers, 3 years, $9 million total.
God damn it! I've been out of the loop.
And then, did he sign with the Clippers? I think that's right.
They're still fucked though. They're fucked.
Somebody else got one that like the Knicks signed Aaron Aflalo to I thought a reasonable like $8 million a year contract for 2 years.
Okay, they did. That's true. It was 2 years, $16 million.
Like, that's pretty good.
Well, I was like, could we have afforded that?
Yeah,
I love Aaron Aflalo. But then they signed Lopez to $12 million a year.
Yeah, the Knicks are screwed. Phil's just stealing James Dolan's money. I can't wait till Phil gets fired and Isaiah Thomas gets his job. It's gonna be awesome.
My favorite contract was giving Tyson Chandler a 4-year, $60 million deal at 37.
I love these like Dunleavy is gonna be like 39 at the end of his contract.
But at least it's like
really
1/3 of what Chandler's getting. I mean, keeping Dunleavy is huge because that whole nightmare of Tony Snell starting.
Yeah, and then LeBron was like trying to poach Dunleavy.
Part of me feels like that was like him trying to drive up the price or something. I don't know.
It probably was.
All the guys LeBron wanted, it was like Dunleavy was the one he pointed out.
He likes scrappy white guys.
I will say Dunleavy was awesome against them.
He was.
He had an awesome series.
He also was like just like leading. He was like Dellavedova before Dellavedova became Dellavedova.
That's why I was surprised LeBron would want him because Dunleavy's a cheap fuck. and like pisses people off.
Maybe he liked having one of those on his team though, and he's like, I can another one of these guys. Maybe he was into that.
So
Like-
is there? I mean, I haven't been reading. Is there anyone the Bulls could still get that's out there? Is
I don't know.
anyone
Has
still out
Jeremy
there?
Lin signed yet? You know, we both have like a dream of like Jeremy Lin being like the new backup point guard.
Yeah, I mean, I would like Jeremy Lin. I would still like a wing, but keeping Dunleavy means they're probably pretty cool with like McDermott, Dunleavy on the bench, or McDermott,
Yeah.
Schnell on the bench, right?
Yeah,
So I guess they're. I mean, maybe they could still trade Taj, but
they need another point guard. Like they have to get.
Oh,
another.
that's the thing that they have to get. They have to replace Brooks because everyone else is basically staying.
There will 100% be another point guard on this team at some point. I don't know who that is.
No, and like if as far as big man depth, I think they feel pretty good about drafting Portis.
Yeah, they got it adds Portis to the back of what was already a fairly deep big man lineup.
Yeah, I mean Portis, if he's your fifth big man, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, and there'll be guys will get hurt, and he'll have to get some time in those games, right? Like,
No, I mean I'm around on Portis. Like I could see the potential there. I'm worried that he will like never be a rotation player. But Ed Davis did just sign like a pretty lucrative contract, so who the fuck knows?
I don't know. You just get in the NBA, you just make all the money. It doesn't even matter if you're good.
Oh, the NFL players are so pissed, justifiably so.
You know who's really pissed? Hockey players. They're all like, we can't. The Blackhawks are like, I can't afford to pay this guy. Like
$6.5 million was they couldn't afford to pay him.
No, that's what he got. They couldn't afford to pay him like $4 million. And he was like one of their best players. And like guys who suck and like who are like eighth men in the NBA are making way more money than that.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's the difference between the NHL signed a 10-year, $2 billion TV contract, and the NBA signed a 9-year, $24 billion TV contract.
I want to brag about that to hockey fans, but it's not like it's my money. You know?
Well, I mean, it's
your
just
stupid fucking league.
It's just why more people watch it.
A lot more.
Yeah. We live in a city now where that's not necessarily the case.
I bet you it still is.
Oh, it is on TV. But it's close now though. It's very close now.
Blackhawks fans are very vocal for obvious reasons at this point, but
Yeah, but it's close now though. It used to not be close. But like the difference is like, and why they got the big contracts was like the Wednesday night NBA game, random NBA game gets a shit ton more viewers than the Wednesday night NHL game on NBC Sports.
yeah.
And that's why. Also, the Warriors are going to be playing the late night game every game this year. Who's the good team on the West Coast besides them?
The Clippers, I guess, would probably be the second best one, right? I mean,
Yeah, and they're not going to be as good. Wait, but they got JaVale McGee and Lance Stevenson, though. That's going to work out great.
Oh, they got JaVale McGee. I've missed some of these under the radar signings.
They have JaVale McGee and Lance Stevenson. It's going to be awesome.
Okay, but JaVale McGee, I was surprised that no one picked him up. He must.
Oh, he got it really cheap. Really, like minimum.
He must be super fucking crazy.
Minimum, yeah. Biombo, who I kind of sneaky wanted, got 2 years, $6 million total. I would have signed him at that.
From who?
I don't remember. Some random team.
I didn't hate that.
One more topic here in our overtime here. True Detective. I'm finally caught up. It takes me like a week to watch the episode every time. So I'm not as in on it as everybody who texted me about it on right after the show.
Okay, it was a surprise ending. You have to say that.
Kind of, but it was not like Game of Thrones surprise ending. It's an 8-episode show. So like anybody can get whacked at any time. It's not as big of a deal, right? And like my big problem is like this is a great Vince Vaughn comedic performance. He's playing, I don't know when the last time you watched Anchorman was, but he's playing Wes Mantooth. Like he's talking exactly the same way. It's killing me. I laugh like 4 times an episode so far. Like just when he's like talking. It also looks like he's reading cue cards.
That monologue though, was that Vince Vaughn being terrible, or was that just written so badly?
I haven't been into the writing too much either. Yeah. So
That was
also
bad.
Rachel
There's a
McAdams-
couple times last night where I noticed it, where Colin Farrell says something, because I watched it again last night. Colin Farrell says something like, "You pull off that e-cig, to me it's just like sucking a robot's dick."
Yeah, it's brutal. I'm gonna hate watching it though. I think I'm gonna hate watch the whole season.
Oh no, but there are some cool shots still. Although Justin Lin's gone now.
Yeah, we'll see. It'll be interesting now because it's not like last season where it was the same director the whole time. Every 2 episodes is gonna be a different director. So I'm sure they're like they got good TV directors right for most of these, so it's not gonna be like big drop offs.
Yeah, yeah.
But that end scene was pretty cool. Where that like Warg Crow like attacked Colin Farrell.
Also, Taylor Kitsch's character is clearly gay.
Maybe he's just not good.
He goes through one. The only time I laughed was
because he's gay because he was like mad about a gay guy hitting at him.
I almost punched that guy.
and the cop was like, "Why?"
And they walk in. I'm like, "What do you guys got?" And that cop would hit a hilarious line. He goes, "Well, the youngster's got a dynamite anecdote for you."
Yeah.
I laughed both times I saw this episode at that line.
That was a great line.
But then he's like watching the gay hookers or something.
It's probably the funniest HBO show on right now. it's probably like it's that, then Ballers, which is also not a comedy, and then The Break, which is a comedy.
I watched the first episode of The Break. I thought it was pretty funny.
Really? I haven't watched it at all. I'm just assuming it's not funny. So to be honest, but yeah, McAdams is so she's the true detective. She's the only detective. Right?
Yeah.
Taylor Kitsch is just like a highway patrol cop. He's like Chips.
But he's gonna prove to be a good cop.
Is he though? I'm officially rooting for Vince Vaughn to win True Detective. Can you win True Detective? I'm rooting for Vince Vaughn to win True Detective.
Oh yeah, McConaughey totally won it last time.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Vince to win because he's kind of got his own investigation going on.
Maybe he's the true detective.
Outside of the law, his own investigation. Yeah, and then there's clearly going to be some weird stuff with McAdams and her daddy issues.
Oh, her dad killed that fucking girl that they're talking about. That's missing. Clearly, that is tied in together.
Yeah, and then I don't know what Taylor Kitsch is doing. Like, I want him to be good. Maybe he's only good at being Tim Riggins.
Yeah, but he could just be Tim Riggins in this role, and that would work.
Why didn't he do that? Vince Vaughn's pulling down one of his old characters,
which is a classic Vince Vaughn move, by the way.
Like, here's the thing: Vince Vaughn, as much as we have made fun of Vince Vaughn, like his strength is being like doing like improv and being like energetic, and like he's reading like from a script and having to be like serious and like mellow. Like it's like the opposite of what his strengths are.
But he was in Into the Wild.
For how long?
Like he was like in like the movie's broken into like 5 segments. He was like the main character with Emil Hirsch for like 15 to 20.
Was he in there's like the Kristen Stewart section?
Yeah, he's in his own section.
Yeah, you're right. There's like a few sections, right? I like that movie too.
I love that movie, and he's fine there.
Yeah, I really had big plans for Emil Hirsch at one point.
I think he like choked a woman recently. I think his career is not looking good.
I had bought all the stock after Girl Next Door.
You bought early.
Yeah, so I could have sold it, made a big profit at one point, but I think I held on to it too long.
Oh, Milk was the apex, man.
I could have sold it, but I didn't. Yeah, I bought a bunch of Kristen Stewart stock too, and I don't know what's going on with that.
They're both crazy. Is what's going on.
All right, man. I gotta go. I probably gotta go help take care of it.
All right, go be a dad. I will talk to you surely in the next couple days.
All right, later.
All right, man. Bye.